Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to go over some quick tips that I thought would be really helpful when it comes to ranking locally. I get a lot of questions about how can I help my business rank locally, or we have multiple locations, how can we kind of start to really target some of those specific branch areas. So since I feel that question a lot, one of the things I wanted to do was really sit down and kind of talk through some tips for the medium to small business owner, kind of give you guys some help and some background information on how to make those associations within Google to that local area, right? So the first thing that you definitely want to concentrate on when you're trying to rank locally is accuracy in online listings. With that being said, I'm talking specifically about your local directories, your Yelp, your Yahoos, your Yahoo local listings, things like that, right? So the idea behind that is if you're at 1309 Main Street in Yahoo and you have your 1307 Main Street in Bing, or whatever the case is, the search engines are going to pick and choose what they want, right? Whatever they feel has the most authority or is the most relevant, that's what they're going to return. So the idea here is that you want to have those listings as consistent as possible. You don't really want any sort of variation, right? Whether that's the name, the address, you definitely don't want any variation in the phone number. Variations in phone numbers lead to missed opportunities. Someone attempts to call you and contact your business, get the wrong number, get the answering machine, they move on to the next call, right? So that's definitely an opportunity that you need to capitalize on. And it's relatively easy to do in that small to medium-sized business arena, right? The second thing is, when it comes to local and making those local rankings and those local signals, is to complete out social profiles. And by social profiles, I mean your Facebook, your GMB, your Foursquare, your Yelp, and things like that. Because one of the key driving factors when it comes to pushing conversions and building that user trust is reviews. Nothing says that your product is better than someone that's actually used it, tried it, and has been so impressed with it that they are willing to go out and give a review to it. It's the equivalent of an online word of mouth. This product is great. You can try it. I vouch for it. There are a couple different ways to go about it, but definitely you want to make sure that you have a fully optimized image that isn't pixelated. Generally something that has your logo and something that kind of hints to whatever it is that you provide, right? Second thing is consistent NAP. You'll never escape NAP when it comes to local rankings. Even on the social profiles, you want a consistent name, address, phone number, and website. So it's NAP, name, address, phone number. You can add W there because you also want that URL, whether it's secured or unsecured, preferably it would be secured. But you generally want all of that to be exact. You don't want any variations in that. The third thing I would say, just as something to kind of get your local strategy off the ground, will be to go in and complete GMB. If I had to rank everything I've said in order of priority, it would be GMB first. GMB, to some people that don't know, is Google My Business. Google My Business is the focal point when it comes to getting a business ranked and showing locally. It's almost impossible to do it without it. And why would you want to skip something that is so important, right? So Google My Business is Google's business attempt at really kind of solidifying and enforcing standards when it comes to local businesses and local entities, right? You can set up a GMB account for a person, a business, whether you have a physical location or not. But most local businesses typically have a physical location that they operate out of. Some key things to remember with Google My Business is that you want to get those categories as correct as possible. Some of the categories can kind of pigeonhole you a little bit and tie you into some areas of business that you may or may not be in. And when in doubt, if you don't provide it, don't list it. And that's a general rule of thumb that you can pretty much live by, right? But you make sure you nail those categories down. You go in and you designate your service area. Service area is a big key factor. Some people don't have the capacity or the ability to to rank in multiple cities. The ability is always there, but it's the strategy around it. Some people believe that you can build 1,000 pages to rank for 1,000 cities, and that's just not the case. Typically what you want to do is go into GMB, designate your service area. You can do that by zip code or by just actually typing out the cities, and reinforce that with content that's on your website. The way Google can make those connections, and you aren't really trying to fiddle with the system. That's one thing that you really want to make sure that you really nail down: categories and service area. You also hear the NAP, the name, address, phone number, are more important than ever, because this is where people are going to go. They're going to get in Google, they're going to search for some local service or some local products, and you want to show up. And you want your name to be right. You want your address to be correct. If someone's on Google Maps, you want that address to take them straight to your doorstep. If they're trying to do a click to call so they can call and get more information about your business, you want that phone number to be accurate so that when they call, you can speak to them and get that conversion, versus someone calling, dial tone, fax machine, they move on to the next business. And that's a lost opportunity. Lost opportunities equals lost revenue. Now, another facet of ranking locally that a lot of people tend to overlook or not really place as much importance on is the reviews. Reviews are, like I said earlier, the online equivalent of the word of mouth. There are a couple different ways about going about getting reviews. One of the key aspects is, generally when someone comes into your business, you provide that service, you provide that product, and you know you've provided an awesome customer experience. That's when you want to nail them right there, right at that I just bought moment, right? Not in the I want to buy, but right in that I just bought moment, right? Because you want them to provide you with the most honest review possible. Some companies take it a different route and wait until 2 or 3 days later, send out a follow-up email. Hey, how'd you like the product? How'd you like the service? How was your experience? And there's no right or wrong way, as long as you're doing it with the intention of getting honest feedback. That's one of the things that makes Yelp so popular and really gives it its real kind of staying ability, is that they don't filter out reviews. If you provide a crappy service, someone left a crappy review in response to it, guess what? That's going to stay, right? The only way to ensure that your company is portrayed in the best light is provide the best possible service. So with that, I just want to kind of touch on some of the local points that people use to rank locally. I mean, this list is by no way comprehensive, but I just want to give some people that were kind of lost, kind of just filling around a little bit, give them some more information about how to go about getting their businesses, whether it's an actual physical business, whether it's a service area based business where they operate in a specific geographic, whether it's a brand name, and just try to give them some tips and some information about how to really bring those pages into that local focus. And I want to thank Aspersion Studios for making this video possible, and you guys have a good day.